in paintball, because those paintballs, they wouldn't hurt Dima at all.
No.
Like he could run through the field without a shirt and he would just walk Terminator style. Bullets would be flying, but they would just like spring off his body left and right. They would come back like quicker than they actually shoot them. It's like, wow, Dima, be nice, man. It's like, not my fault, you shoot me.
But he's always so happy. He's like, it's okay, I just shoot you with paintball now. Big Dimaga grin on his face.
MTW TT1 is of course our Pro Tools in the right bottom side of Entombed Valley, and MTW Dimaga, well, TT1 is of course root TT1 right now. That's what I get when I just read off the screen rather than actually use my brain band. Root TT1, former teammate of course of Dima. And the right bottom side of this map, and MTW Dimaga. Dima has been with MTW for such a long time, man.
He is, exactly, he's...
literally since day one beta, pretty much.
That's right, and he really loves his team. I had a chance to talk to him in Kiev last February just about his time with MTW, and he really enjoys the support he gets from them, and I think they really appreciate the hard work that Dimaga gives them.
Yeah, it's funny because MTW never really showed massive signs of trying to have that absolute top tier. They had the Muslim on the team for a little while, but then the Muslim left and he joined Evil Geniuses. And they've always had a few players on the team, but and of course recently they picked up Supernova, which has been a big pickup. But still, it never really felt that MTW had that 4 or 5 player man roster you could really identify yourself with and say, hey, that's the face of MTW. Like, for instance, when you think of Team Liquid, you have all the famous guys. When you think of EG, you have a few guys you know, just the core of the team. For MTW, it's really just Dima.
Dimaga is certainly the face of European MTW. And it's a great face to have on your organization, man. Great player, great sportsman, just a truly good human being.
No,
is Dimaga.
That's so sweet, man.
But I mean, it's also so true. And I think we're going to see a very standard game from these two. Dimaga is going for the spawning pool into hatchery. First couple of lings going to make their way across the map. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be getting in.
Now, it's no surprise, man, that TT1 has been playing a lot of Hard as a Swarm, but I've been recently also spotting him to stream some Wings of Liberty again, so perhaps that's going to help his record a little bit in the NASL. He dropped that pylon in time, the cannon will finish up, and now he can still cancel that pylon if he wants to, and he does. No need to lock yourself in fully yet.
Nope, Cybercore should be going down for TT1 momentarily. Dimaga, in the meantime, is taking that very standard, very fast third base. Zerg players have been doing this for ages now, Kevin, and Protoss are learning more and more of timings that can abuse it a little bit. Certainly in these positions on Entombed Valley, do you think TT1 has anything up his sleeve?
Well, we know that TT1 in the past was a pretty big fan of certain Colossus pushes. Now he's also, I wonder if these Lings are just going to try to run through. Oh, they're going to attack the Zealot. That's a little bit unfortunate. Now only one Ling actually makes his way into the base. But since the Zealot would have been out anyway, I don't think that 2 Lings would have been able to achieve a whole lot. Yeah, but it's hard to predict right now what TT1 wants to do. Might just be straight up robo. I do think actually he's going to go up to 3 bases and then just try to hit a very strong 3 base timing. This is kind of cute. He tried to block the padding of the Zergling with the probe so that the Zealot can catch up.
Now, even though this Zergling probably won't really be killing anything in the main base of TT1, it's then he gets zapped. So it's no longer a happy Zergling, it's now a very sad Zergling. It did give Dimaga a pretty decent scout. He saw the double gas in the main base. I don't know how much of the natural he saw, but his Overlord just flew over it. So Dima knows pretty much exactly what he's playing against, at least at this stage of the game.
Yep, but the Stargate just got wiped in now, Ben. That surprised me a little bit because I don't really know TT1 as the Stargate player. He's a guy who often just try to either go for 2 base threats or just go up to 3 base, try to hit a strong timing, or try to go for that very, very long game against Zerg. But how often do we see him open up Stargate against Zerg?
I don't think I've ever seen TT1 open up Stargate against Zerg. I've always known him as a robo player. I'm eager to see what he does with it. Certainly, we know he's been playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm, and there are perhaps a few more options in Stargate play in the expansion. Maybe he's figured something out there in his HOTS practice that we might see carry backwards over the Wings of Liberty.
Now TT1 is like, pause please, where's Oracle? Dima's like, TT1, no Oracle. Void Ray is in production, Ben, so it's going to be Void Ray, and we have 3-4 gates right now, plus 1 is being researched as well, so this is a very old school opening, or very old school. Times of Home Story Cup 4, I'd say. This was very popular.
MC style. Dimaga gets a good scout, sees the 3 more gates. It has not spotted the Stargate, but 4 gates plus 1, that's enough of a tell for Dimaga to know that he should need some units.
He never really worked on these rocks, so it's going to take these links a little bit longer to arrive, but he should be fine to deal with these two zealots. Still with that queen over here as well. Kind of surprised to see TT1 just sacrificing his first few units rather easily.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppiness there. Those units are important because they both protect his pylons and they add to the strength of his army. Single Stalker will get away, but that is all. So we've got a Stalker and a Void Ray out on the map for TT1. Void Ray's going to start shooting an Overlord, so now any questions that Dimaga had have all been answered. He knows exactly what his opponent's doing.
See more and more gates being warped in, Ben. 2 more gates on the way right now, so it might just be a big Void Ray gateway play. It's kind of one of the threats we saw from Naniwa against Nurcho. Now Nurcho played Spire in that game, which was rather unfortunate, and Spore Crawlers were in a really good position as well. This could be scary because often when people open up Stargate, Ben, Zerg players like to drone up. As soon as they have enough units, they like to drone up.
I think it's going to be quite scary, Kevin. Dimaga's not made any roaches. He's trying to go straight up to Infestor. Finally, he realized he has to build some roaches, but they're going to come awfully late. He may end up losing this third base in the meantime.
I think Dimaga's actually going to lose a lot over here. He's going to lose that queen. The second queen should fall as well. He's going to start losing a lot of drones if he doesn't pull them away real soon. That is what happens now, though, but still, new Void Ray joins in the fray. Lots of queens on the field now.
There are a lot of queens on the field, but they can't really get to this third. The rocks prevent their movement, and Dimaga's frankly in a really awkward position. TT1 leaves a Void Ray and 2 Zealots behind to clean up that hatchery. Dimaga is slowly going to push forward with Roaches, Lings, and these queens and try to take out some of these pylons. Actually, TT1 never killed that hatch. If this hatchery gets saved, that's going to be a huge mistake from TT1.
But I think TT1 is not going to let it go, Ben. I think he's going to keep attacking. It's all or nothing right now. It doesn't really matter if he kills it immediately or not, because he wants to win the game over here. Kind of Dimaga's army is trapped right now, though, Ben.
Oh man, that's sure scary.
Good move by Dimaga.
Very scary. Protoss Force, 3 Void Rays, a lot of gateway units. Queens going down extremely quickly. They did drop a couple of transfusions, but quite frankly, it's just not going to be enough. 1 Void Ray falls, but 2 more remain, and TT1 busting out some old school aggression definitely will kill this third base. Dimaga's still trying to muster some sort of defenses, but it's looking more and more grim by the second, Kev.
Yeah, he has that infestation pit, Ben, but he just doesn't really have the economy or doesn't have the life anymore either to really produce infestors. He never researched Pathogen Glands either. A lot of Stalkers still on the field. I think this is pretty much game over. TT1 with an army supplies, who's going to march towards the natural of Dima. Still has those Void Rays alive, and nice game by TT1.
Very nicely done by TT1. Manages to hide the Void Rays long enough that Dimaga wasn't quite able to react to it. We might maybe criticize Dimaga for saying that he was a little bit underreactive there, making only Lings for such a long time when he knew his opponent was getting +1. GG does finally get called. TT1 taking game number 1 in convincing fashion. That game brought to you guys by Audible. You can download your own bestseller today, and when you do it, please do it via the NASL promotion that you can access at nasl.tv/p/audible. Go download 50 Shades of Grey and listen to it with your girlfriend as you're going to bed one night. It'll be worth it.
You know, Ben, you know I've been reading it. Actually, I only read 80 pages. I didn't read more than that.
Have you gotten to any of the good parts?
I don't know. I've heard all these amazing stories, but what I read was pretty boring, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe soon if I have another long flight, I'm going to read it again. You know, it was kind of funny because I bought it on the way when we went to MLG Rally, and I started reading it in the plane. And next to me was this pretty big lady, like middle-aged, and she was reading the same book as me. I was like, this is awkward.
I told you the story about my mom and 50 Shades of Grey, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
It was like I was sitting home, my phone rings, and I pick it up. It's my mom. She's like, "Have you read 50 Shades of Grey?" "No, Mom." She's like, "I've been reading it. This book sucks." I'm like, "Mom, I really don't feel comfortable discussing this with you." She's like, "It's just a smut book." I'm like, "Oh my God." My mom really wanted to discuss the the plot of 50 Shades of Grey with me, and I was so uncomfortable that I eventually just kind of hung up the phone.
Oh, Benny.
Anyway, guys, we're going to take a short break. Game number 2, Dimaga versus TT1. That's going to be coming at you
after
when we get back.